Hello everyone, my name is Manish Tiwary and I am the Vice President at Amazon India, and I look after the consumer business for Amazon in India. The consumer business is basically what most people call the e-commerce business. I wanted to take some time and share with you my thoughts on how we can enable small businesses in India to access the large national marketplace, and what role can Amazon and e-commerce play in that journey. So just to share with all of you, I think e-commerce as a shopping format is a very new format, not only across India but also in the world. I'm sure you're aware that Amazon itself started its journey in 1995 as a book company, and we were largely selling books. Today, of course, Amazon sells more than 1 billion products globally. And in India, Amazon has been active in the country over the last 7 years. Today, if you look at Amazon.in, we have more than 100 million customers who are registered with Amazon. And we have more than 600,000 small sellers who are registered on Amazon. And what has happened is, as customers have got more comfortable shopping online, today across any category, be it fashion, be it home and kitchen, be it electronics, be it wireless phones, in every category, more and more consumers are coming to shop online. And this is a very, very important trend as we go forward. Because of the pandemic crisis in the country and in the world, more and more customers would prefer to shop from home. And therefore, I think there is a very, very good opportunity for small businesses to get online and to get access to the national marketplace. If I just go back, say 10 years back in India, if you wanted a brand to succeed nationally, just reflect on the various challenges that were there. The first challenge was from the operation side. You needed to create an infrastructure or take space in an infrastructure or work with a distributor to enable a national distribution, which meant you would need to work with various CNFA agents, with distributors, with sub-distributors, and only then would you get access to the final stores where the consumer comes to shop. And that was a very, very daunting task. I was fortunate that before Amazon, I used to work in a company called Hindustan Unilever, and there it took us close to 70 years to build the kind of distribution Hindustan Unilever has in India. But that was a very, very difficult thing for a small business to build up. And therefore, most small businesses would not and could not create a dedicated network, and they would go with wholesalers. Now, what does happen is the kind of attention a wholesaler or a distributor can give to your brand can vary depending on the focus of the wholesaler. And the only way to get focus was to share more and more margin, which would either impact the quality of your product or would impact the financials of your business. So one big challenge always in India was how to get distribution for your product. And that's very, very challenging, because if you take grocery, we have close to 13 million stores. And that was becoming a very, very big hurdle for any small business to reach out nationally. The second, of course, was how do you get people to know about your brand? So you could be based in one part of, say, a state like Tamil Nadu. So if you take Coimbatore, there are a lot of high quality pump manufacturers in Coimbatore. But if they wanted to sell nationally, like I said, first they had the distribution challenge, and then there was a challenge of creating consumer pull for their brands, because a lot of people outside Tamil Nadu might not be aware of their brand name. Now, how do you create consumer pull? One is, of course, keep on expanding slowly and more people talk about your brand and your brand becomes popular, but that could take decades. The other way is to invest in advertising. And typically, any national campaign, even for big brands which could be upwards of 100 crores, would eat up 18 to 19% of their margins. So that was a very, very expensive proposition. So like I said, if we rewind 10 years back in India, for a small business to get access to all customers in India, the national marketplace as we call it, was very, very daunting and difficult, and which is why most of them stayed constrained to the geography or the customer set they had originally started working with. Now let me fast forward to 2020. What can Amazon do which can help businesses like this? Let's start with all the hurdles we spoke about. So, how does a small business register itself on Amazon.in as a seller? All you have to do is, everyone uses a phone in India. Download the Amazon app, and if you go to the app, right on the main menu, it says, do you want to register yourself as a seller? And if you click on that, it takes approximately 6 minutes for any business to register itself as a seller. That's it, 6 minutes. Yeah, so in 6 minutes, you can become a registered seller on Amazon. Now, you've registered yourself, but you have a lot of questions. We have a dedicated customer service for all our sellers. And that customer service works in English, Hindi, and 5 more regional languages. And they would assist sellers from the starting point to the end point. Yeah, so there you have the comfort of knowing you can dial up a call center which is manned by Amazon employees who will help you on board. Now come to how business is run. So let me give you an example, and this is a real life example. We have a lot of artisans who make very good quality products, but they are restricted to various parts of the country. So let's talk about the carpet weavers from Uttar Pradesh. Now there are small companies which make very good quality carpets, but earlier they would either sell it to a wholesaler or someone in the distribution chain at very low margins, and the actual margins at which it was sold to the customer, the end consumer, for example, in say Bombay, would probably be sold at 3 times the price at which the manufacturer sold it to the distributor. And where does that margin go? Part of it, of course, people in the entire distribution chain, because there are multiple parties involved, each of them keep some part of the margin. And second, there is also a lot of loss in the inefficiency because of the way it's transported, because of the number of people who are handling the product. What have we done? So if you are making carpets in Uttar Pradesh, you list on you go onto the Amazon app, and in 6 minutes you become a seller. Then we give you various options. One option could be, I am a good quality carpet manufacturer. I do not want to get into logistics and distribution. It's very difficult for me. In that case, we tell you, okay, you can supply your goods to my warehouse in Uttar Pradesh. And we have warehouses, very large ones, in every state in the country. After that, the job of logistics is taken over by Amazon. We will package the product so that it does not get damaged in transit, and we will send it to warehouses closer to the customer. And therefore, when the Bombay customer wants to buy a carpet, and like I said, we have more than 100 million registered customers, they go onto the website and they type carpet on the all product search, and this carpet comes up. The customer buys it, we supply the carpet as Amazon to the customer's house. The money which is received from the customer, after a certain fees, which is very, very reasonable, we give the rest of the money back to the manufacturer. And like I said, this can result in a multi-fold increase in the realization of that manufacturer. Yeah. So like I said, transportation, logistics we can take care of. Now, in case the manufacturer feels that he can do the transportation very well themselves, we give that option also. We can come and pick up the goods from your manufacturing place and then ship them. We also give an option of letting the carpet manufacturer ship his or her own products. So we have a flexibility depending on what the seller needs. Now, how does the seller list the product on the catalog? In India today, we are selling close to 230 million unique products. And therefore, we have service providers who help, and they are across 600 cities in the country, who help list that carpet with the right picture, right image, and right specification so customers buy it. Yeah, so the listing can also be done in an assisted manner. In case the manufacturers feel like they can do it themselves, they can do it again on their own. Once the listing is done and operations is taken care of at the back end, once the carpet manufacturer starts doing well and they want more Amazon customers to know about their branded carpets, they can also use advertising on site. So we have very, very efficient marketing tools, which are all performance marketing tools. So you only pay when customers see it, which again we have both options. We can give you a service for which we charge a small amount of fees and tell you how to use this in the most effective manner. Or if the manufacturer wants, they can themselves learn it, and we have very good webinars to do it. They can start using the advertising products on Amazon. So if you go back to where I started from, logistics and brand awareness were the two largest problems small manufacturers, small businesses had in the pre-e-commerce era. Today, the entire piece can be taken care by marketplaces like Amazon. From the logistics to the listing to using advertising products online, all of it can be done by Amazon or by the seller themselves, or a model which is in between where we have service partners who help. This is a very, very simple onboarding and business model. And what happens is the business owner focuses on the things that they are good at themselves and do not get distracted by things which, by the way, there are further advantages of getting onto Amazon. And if I just take the same example of the carpet manufacturer, we can also enable this manufacturer to sell on Amazon in other countries, which again is a very simple process. Like I said, what applies to India applies to other markets where Amazon works. Be it the US, be it UK, entire Europe, Japan, Australia, Middle East. It's a very, very simple enabling process by which the manufacturer says that I would be interested in selling in every Amazon marketplace. The same catalog entry, catalog creation, which was done for Amazon India, would work in other marketplaces with some minor changes like currency. The same logistics network, which works for India, would take care of the shipping to other countries also. So what basically happens is a good quality, small scale manufacturer suddenly has access to all customers in India, and if he or she desires, they can also access all customers in North America, Europe, Middle East, Australia. Just think about the impact, the size and scale of this customer base. And like I said, whether you are selling in India or whether you are selling in the rest of the world, the only person who evaluates your products are the end customers. If customers like your product, they give you ratings and reviews, and products which have higher rating and review, whenever you search for that category, they come out in top. So, taking forward the carpet manufacturer example, if customers in India like the carpet, and every time a new customer types carpet on the all product search, depending on customer feedback, those brands come up on top of the search. So all the small business has to focus on is ensuring quality of product. That is what is the big differentiator. And then Amazon can take care of every step of the process, from listing to on-site advertising to logistics and to taking him or her to the global market. Now we have enough examples. So like I said, we have 600,000 sellers right now in India. And they come from almost every sector you can think of. Yeah? Be it fashion, be it electronics. There are a lot of our sellers who operate from their apartments, from their own houses. They don't even have a proper manufacturing setup. Artificial jewelry is a good example of such a category, where people are actually getting smaller setups to manufacture artificial jewelry, create a brand, and then from the comfort of their home, some of these entrepreneurs are selling it online. There is absolutely, as we speak today, we cover more than 99.5% of pin codes for delivery in this country. There are some pin codes in the Kashmir Valley, etc., where we don't deliver for other reasons. But the manufacturer or the small business gets access to each of this pin code. The bank account which the manufacturer opens with Amazon, the moment the sale happens, with a certain frequency, the money is deposited after deducting the fees for selling. So the manufacturer does not have to go through any of these problems. By the way, there are manufacturers who are also focused on B2B and not just B2C. So B2C is business to consumer. But we also have in India Amazon-business.in, which is a B2B marketplace where businesses can sell to businesses. I, in the talk earlier on, spoke about pump manufacturers from Coimbatore. Today, we have more than 400,000 sellers who are registered on Amazon-business.in, and they sell their products to business customers who have valid GST numbers and licenses. And therefore, Amazon in India can offer you a marketplace which is open both to the end consumer in India across almost every pin code in this country, and also to a large number of business customers who are looking to buy products for their businesses. So I just want to summarize this once again. From an era where distribution and consumer awareness were very, very big challenges for small businesses to be able to access the national marketplace, we are now fortunately in an era where a small business in 6 minutes, using the local language they prefer, can onboard as a seller. We provide paid services for every step of the process, including creating the catalog, including using advertising services, which are, like I said, are performance based and therefore make a lot of sense for small businesses. And then, of course, we take care of all the logistics, from the packing to the transportation to collection of the money for the seller, and then in a very seamless way we deposit into the seller's bank account. I think it's a complete paradigm change, and as e-commerce becomes more and more popular in the country, it can change the way small businesses work. E-commerce companies like ourselves are also ensuring that at the customer end, we create more and more ways that our customers can use Amazon.in very seamlessly. So for example, Amazon.in is available in Hindi. Most of our customers use it on the mobile, so we've enabled a very, very user-friendly mobile experience. And we will continue to invest in the consumer-facing end to make access for our sellers to the next 100 million customers in India. And I strongly believe that it can be a game changer for small businesses in India. And this is a country of small businesses, and Amazon can play a very, very constructive role in giving them access to this large national thriving marketplace. So thank you for giving me a chance to share this. I really want to thank Dr. Neeti and Dr. Nayantara for giving me and Amazon an opportunity to share with their audience what we can do as an e-commerce company in India.